I've got other people joining, I see, as well. So
Craig, do you know you were saying about Joseph?
Right, yeah.
I think that was my granddad's middle name.
Okay, because let's see if I can continue with that one, Louis. Then, if it does feel right to you, then all right. Just want to make sure I am recording. Yes, I am recording. If you're typing, I can't see the messages when you type because I haven't got my text thing at the bottom. All right, let's go with that, Louis. Let's see if I can get connected again there. Because what I was getting for you, basically, what I was seeing was a man who had. I get the sense. First of all, I had this feeling of theatre with him, as I said, and a man that has had a beautiful voice when he was younger. Now, I said a baritone, and you responded to me saying he'd been involved in opera.
Yeah.
And did you know him very well? Did you know him enough for me to describe much about him?
Yeah.
He's still with us though, isn't he? He's
Yeah.
living. But I'm getting the information from somebody in spirit that's so this would be your granddad who's with us, but someone's talking to me in spirit about him.
Yeah.
And I felt a woman link around him. So from the spirit side, is your grandmother still with us as well?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's
I,
not
I
there.
think it's. I think it's probably his mum.
Okay, because there's somebody. Would you have known his mum?
Very vaguely. I was very young.
Okay, it's just I want to describe them, and I need to be able to give you evidence so you can verify. You see, that's why I'm saying that.
I remember what she looked
All
like.
right. Okay. Was she quite? Did she come across as a bit of a stern-looking figure to you?
Yeah.
Right. If everybody on who's not connected, not on it, keep quiet in the background if possible because it interferes with the Skype. Yeah. Yeah. So she would have come across a bit of a Victorian-looking lady, a bit scary. I don't feel she's a big build, but I feel she felt you like she looked like she was tall and thin. But then you'd been smaller. But I don't feel she's a big lady. But she's got a sort of a bit of a seriousness to her. A sort of a bit of an overbearing feel when you're a little child, you know.
You're absolutely right, but she was a big lady.
She was big. People are trying to connect. It's annoying. I'd have to turn them off. And she would have been quite a dominant sort of personality. That's the feeling I get with her. Quite a strong personality in the family there, and I think someone that would have been quite dominant over your granddad too. You know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because although your granddad's got the chest conditions now and has had them for the last few years, I sense with him that he's a man that's got quite a good sense of character and humour with him. You know. He's got a sense of.
Right back.
He's got a sense of. He's a more gentle character than his mother would have been, you know.
Absolutely, 100%. Yeah.
Soft man, you know. You can get away with anything with him, you know.
Yeah.
You could, but others could too, because he takes it gentle.
You could be talking about his wife, who's still alive, my nan. She's very stern and she's very thin.
Okay,
and
all right.
Very Victorian too.
So I'm getting the description of both of them here, then, in that respect.
Yeah.
So okay, because I sense her. The lady I'm describing, she feels like something out of a cartoon almost, sort of like a. I don't know. There's a darkness to her in her clothes and the way she dresses, and
yeah, she's very like. Do you remember Tom and Jerry when you never saw the woman in it?
Cartoon, that's a bit sort of a sense of.
She wore them sort of clothes.
Yeah, very very old fashioned.
Yeah.
So she would be going back almost like a Victorian field dress with her, almost, you know.
Almost, yeah.
Yeah, almost, you know. But your granddad's a soft, gentle man, right?
Very.
I get the sense with him very well spoken too, and a very intelligent sort of character too. Right?
Yeah.
And I being drawn to the chest because I get the feeling his health conditions haven't been very good of late. I don't know how, if you're in touch.
He's had chest problems for quite a while now. I would say probably about 10 to 15 years. But it's got worse and worse.
Yeah, and I just feel recently it's been pretty bad. So I don't know if you've been in touch, Louis.
Yeah, it has.
I feel that I want to keep in touch. I'm not saying he's going over to spirit, but I'm saying he's been deteriorating quite a lot, and hopefully one day see you, right?
Yeah.
And Does he also suffer? I know he had a musical ear, but I'm being drawn to ears, and I get the sense that he's been losing his hearing too.
I'm not sure about that. I haven't seen him for about a year.
Because the love of music with him, that is sort of his life has been kind of, how can I say, on hold all the time. He's like a good man that didn't get his opportunities towards the end of his life. It was stopped.
Yeah, that's absolutely correct. And during his life, he had opportunities to make it as a singer.
But it just kept tripping up, didn't they? It's
Yeah.
like through his life, I get the sense that I've had a carrot put in front of me all the time, and then it's been snatched away. You know,
Yeah, absolutely.
and it's kind of been, you know, in some respects, it's a bit been like that in your life as well. In some respects,
Yeah.
because you keep coming up with great ideas, and things get snatched from you sometimes, by other people.
Yeah, it's funny you say that because like my granddad, I never had a father figure around me, and my granddad's like my dad, and we're identical in every way,
Okay.
even looks.
Yeah, and I get a man that's, like I say, I know you're a very creative person. I get this sense of a love of creativity in his soul.
Yeah, he's also a painter.
Yeah. Okay, he's got similar skills to you in that respect too, because I feel him as a person that has tremendous talent that's not been recognised at the level it should be. Right.
Yeah.
Now, the lady that's given me this, unfortunately, it's his mother, so you don't know that much. What's her name? She'd have an M name.
I don't know, Craig, I'm afraid.
All right. But she was also quite an intelligent lady. I was talking about someone a little bit foreboding as a child, but I sense she's an intelligent lady with this one. And I get her. I'm getting something about that. Your granddad in your life have had many parallels. There's many similarities with it,
Yes.
right? And on the one hand, I want to say keep in touch with your granddad, because all of our lives are only for a certain time, and I feel keep in touch with him a lot. And I sense that he's a man that will always give you a lot of good advice. I feel he's one of the few people in life that will always listen to you and recognises your talent, even when other people would sort of say, "Oh, it's all fantasy, all nonsense, all arty and rubbish. It'll go nowhere," But
Yeah.
I get him of a man that has a lot of faith in you.
Yeah.
And I'm being told to keep faith in yourself, because I'm being told that one of your projects is going to flower very shortly. Have you? I know you live down Eastbourne way, but is there a contact, something happening in Brighton?
Yeah, funny enough, on
Don't tell me that too much, but
Oh.
there's a new project happening in Brighton, right?
Yeah.
All right, and I'm being told that it's not that far from you, but it's got interesting potential, because there's talent there and there's money too.
Wow. Okay.
All right.
I know exactly what you mean by this. Yeah.
And I get something about there's 3 people involved here too. It's not just one person; it's 3. It's a little group, all right? It's a little group that have some help with you. There's something with an overseas connection with this.
Yeah.
All right?
Absolutely.
Does that make sense?
Absolute sense. Yeah.
All right, and I see police with it too for some reason, and I don't know if there was something happened around that link there, where there was somebody arrested or something,
No, I'm
or
not
had
sure
a connection with the police force. There's something around that with the connection with the police force.
No, what it is, Craig, is there's a producer I'm having a meeting with on Friday, and she's going to Brighton first to meet a company that are going to be working with us.
Okay, well, I get the sense with it then, there's something about it where there's a connection with, they might have done something with police, crime, something like that. It
I
might
guess it's to do
crime
with-
films.
Yeah.
Right? So, it just feels good to me, Louis. It's something I know nothing about. It's something you've obviously had a connection with. It feels a good one. Follow that one through. All right.
Yes, thank you
the
so
message.
much, Craig.
That's the message I'm getting to pass on to you. All right.
Thank you so much.
All right. I'm going to come to Melissa now.
Oh yeah.
Still there, Melissa?
Oh
Right.
yeah.
I've got a lady wanting to connect with me. I think I'm off Louis' link now, and I think I'm on yours. I can't see your face, unfortunately, with this one, so I'm just looking at your picture here.
Okay.
But I sense something about, there's a lady in spirit that I want to place. I feel she's a connection with you on Family Link. I want to look to mother's side of the family.
Okay.
Your mother's still with us, I feel, but would your grandmother on mother's side be in spirit?
Yes, yes, yes.
And can I say with her, I feel that she's a comfortable build lady, you know?
Yeah.
She's not skinny, put it that way.
No.
And I feel with her she could laugh at herself quite a lot, because I get this sense with her that she's someone that you didn't, if you said, you know, oh, you're fat so-and-so, she don't mind, you know? I get the feeling very tolerant with people.
Yeah.
And she's a lady that, I get the sense with her too that she's something about mathematics, she says to me. So I don't know whether it's her or you that's good with maths. You don't strike me as mathematical.
No.
But did she have something to do with, or something around her where there was someone that did a lot of maths?
I'm not really sure about that one.
All right, because she's giving me numbers.
No, I don't know.
Your mother was.
I'm going to keep with Melissa with this. I don't think with anybody else with this, because I just feel that there might be. Maybe that's another link for in a minute. Then there's something with the numbers I felt with her. Okay.
Okay.
You've not been doing the lottery tonight, have you?
No.
Okay, all right. Oh, I could have given you those numbers. Oh, well, never mind. Anybody else want them? Oh, well, we'll wait for a minute. All right. Okay. But now, it puts me in a good mood. She puts me in a humorous mood. So I get the feeling she would have been a very humorous sort of lady.
Yes, I think you're talking about my dad's mum.
I'm on the wrong side, am I?
Yeah.
It's a
so-
grandmother feel with the lady, right?
Yeah.
And I feel with her, she's a very energetic lady, very busy all the time. She keeps herself active. It's not a lady that would sit around too much.
Yeah, definitely.
And she had a lot of dental problems through her life too. Now, a lot of older people get the dental problems, but
Yeah.
I just sense that she had a lot of painful issues with her teeth.
She did, yes,
Right.
a lot.
And it was something she was always going on about because it always hurt so much. And I think she's lost all her teeth on the top, one side, all up the top. She hasn't got full dentures, but I think she had to have them all out in the end. But there was this problem of not being able to eat properly.
Yeah, because she used to sit there and turn around in front of me when I was little. And it used to scare
Okay,
me.
so she got the sense of humour with it, but
Yeah.
I get the sense she had a period where she couldn't eat proper food,
Yeah, she
but she loved to cook because she's a very active with that type of work. You know, she's superb at that type of thing.
Yeah.
And she's talking about that it was at her house that you first started getting interested in things like acting, because I got you dancing there to music and things like
yes.
that, right? And she used to muck around with this.
Yeah.
And she tells me she had quite a big garden.
Yeah, I did.
We've got some rattling going on that's kind of...
Yes, it was quite big.
Yeah, quite a big garden, and that is where you spent a lot of time.
Yes.
And would I be right in saying that at some point when in your childhood your parents had problems?
Yes, it did.
Because she's saying that, you know, I used to protect her when the parents would get into their difficulties.
Yeah, that's very true.
And so she became a sort of a mentor for you in some ways, as a protector.
So it's not easy.
And I sense with her also there's a feeling of... Did she have a bird?
No.
All right, little budgie.
I don't remember having a bird, no.
Oh, I thought I can see a bird with her of some sort. Okay.
No.
Okay. Right. She's coming and going a bit. Yeah, okay. But I feel you were quite close with her because, I mean, she said that your background, your life has been quite difficult in many respects, she's saying. Because on a level with a lot of the close people in your life, particularly within your family, you sometimes, I've got to say, have felt a bit like an outsider in your own family. Because there was a lot of disruption, particularly, like I say, when you were a child. But because of this, she says that you became a very loyal person to everybody else that you connect with.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
you bond well with people like brothers, and to become friends become like brothers and sisters to you. You know,
Yeah. Yeah, that's
because
very.
because you more so than most people do. That would be right, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, people do make close friendships, of course they do, but it's almost like you're compensating for something that you wanted to have in your childhood.
Um, I don't know. I've never really thought about it like that. I mean, I had a good childhood. I've always been very close to my parents. My sister's not quite so much, but we all still get on well.
Okay, but there was a difficult period your nana told me about there.
My mum and dad nearly split up a couple of times.
Yeah, so there was a serious difficult period there, but
Yeah.
obviously they got over it. But I think
Yeah.
that's what she's been referring to there,
Yeah.
and I think that creates that period in your life created a sort of a vacuum for a while, you know,
Yeah.
and that's when you had to sort of fill it, and you filled it with friends. That's how I'm saying.
Yes.
And I'm just kind of looking into this because she's actually a very wise lady.
Yeah.
And I feel, you know, she would give you very good advice sometimes. And I think what she's saying is, you know, it's good to have friends, but don't overtrust.
Okay.
Because I think sometimes you are more loyal than others are, right?
Yeah.
This isn't in relationships she's talking about now. She's talking about friendships.
Yeah.
Right? And are you buying a car, or is somebody going to help you buy a car?
No. I've been thinking about, because I don't drive, but I've been thinking about starting driving lessons. But
Okay, because
I'm a bit scared too.
all right, so it's because she's showing me you driving a car, right? So be confident with that. And I had a feeling someone might help you with that. So that could be someone helping you with your driving, couldn't it? If that's what she's perhaps trying to give me there.
Maybe, yeah.
And she's talking about feet for some reason to me. Did she suffer with her feet, or have you suffered with feet?
Not my, yeah, the side of one of my feet, like round by my ankle.
Okay, she's just saying the problem with the feet. So there's nothing to worry about. It's just she's giving me evidence here and trying to give me things that might build up to be significant. She's talking also about something that you're going to have an opportunity shortly to do something with it feels like America or something.
Okay.
And I get the feeling there's been a connection already. I don't know if you've had some interest in you from somebody in America talking to you.
I've heard a couple of things today, but I'm not
Today,
sure.
so that would be interesting because that's why it feels so. So I think there's something quite interesting might be there. There might be a bit of an opportunity. It's not a huge opportunity, but it's a small one that is quite fun. That's the
Okay.
feeling I want to say there.
Okay.
All right. We've still got people trying to connect as I'm talking, so it gets a bit frustrating. Okay, so take her love. Know that she's there with you.
Okay.
And I feel that she's kind of supporting you with your career, really, because she's a lady that would have been very much a lady that would persevere.
Sorry, I can't hear you very
Yeah, if anybody that's not actually having to keep it quiet in the background if we can. So my feeling is she's trying to say to you that and I lost it. It's interrupted. Yeah, I get the sense with this lady, she had a great sense of perseverance, you know. She wouldn't give up. She was quite tenacious.
Yeah.
And if she wanted to achieve something in life, she would get all her claws into it, you know. And I feel that she's trying to put the same thing to you. You've got a lot of determination, but you've got to keep reminding yourself that it's a long goal, often. It's a long goal, not to be swayed from your path. Because I think sometimes you get the feeling you feel like you want to give up and you've had enough of this and you worry about it, you know. So,
Yeah.
but I get the sense that she's saying, keep on, girl, keep on, because that's her nature. She's someone that likes to press on, all right?
Yeah.
And you haven't just bought a hat.
No, not recently. A few months ago.
All right. Did it have feathers in it?
No.
Did she like a hat with feathers in it then?
He did, yes. very
Okay,
much.
because she just showed me a hat with feathers. I thought she'd bought it for you, as if you were acting in it or doing something. But hat with lots of feathers.
Yes,
right?
she did one of those.
And you must have some photographs of her that look like that, you know?
Yeah, it was hideous.
Okay, but she liked it, you know. She might not have had good taste, but at least people would notice her, you know.
Yeah.
So there you go, and I want to pass her love on to you to let you know she is there and around you and keeping an eye on you. All right. She says you worry a lot. Don't fear for the future. Things will be fine.
Okay, thank
All right.
you.
Okay, we've got a lot of people trying to contact all the time. I'm sorry, it gets a bit frustrating. Yeah, they've stopped now. So apologies, folks. You can't come into this late. Obviously, you have to come in at 7 o'clock when I start. All right, next link.
Oh, thank you, Craig.
That's all right. Yeah, pass that on. I've only got a still photograph for you, Annie B. Yeah, you there? Annie B still there? No, lost you. Very difficult this sometime. Annie Rowley, are you there? 'Cause I'm getting something.
Yeah, I'm Craig, yeah.
All right. Okay. I've got no photo. I've got no photograph or a video stream for you, Annie. But I was going to connect with you now.
Fine, Craig.
All right.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah, I can hear you.
All right. Let me see what I can get. I'm going to get for you. I think I've given you a reading before, Annie. I think in the chat rooms, have I?
Yeah, I think you have, Craig, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I kind of vaguely remember. I remember your name, and I've seen you
Yeah.
in there. So, I'm going to let me see what I can get. Do you know somebody in spirit that died very quickly under difficult circumstances?
If it's, yes, I think I do, Craig, yes.
Okay, and I get in the feeling this is a man that I'm talking about here.
Yeah.
Okay, and he would have died. It's like an accident feel with it, possibly even taking his own life.
I think my mother talked about things like that, Craig. It could be on her side of the family.
Okay, because he went very fast, and I've got difficult circumstances. I've got a lot of heavy emotions around him, and that's why my feeling. And I can't get my breath. I feel like I've choked somehow. So I think this is I think a suicide I'm talking about here. So that would be connected around your mother, yeah?
Yeah, it could be, Craig, yes, it could be.
You don't know for certain though.
I don't know for certain, Craig, but it could be, because she has seen spirits in her own life, Craig, and I've seen her myself, but she didn't talk to me when I saw her.
Okay, all right. So your mother's on spirit side.
Yes, she is.
She is, yeah. She might be saying something there, because would I say you just said she was quite interested in these things, but did you have the feeling that I get the feeling with her that she'd like to help spirits, you know, help those in need. So it might be she's helped someone on the spirit side here.
Yeah, she probably has, yeah.
And she's quite a straight talking lady, isn't she, your mother?
Oh, she is.
And I sense with her, she'd call a spade, and sometimes
She did.
and completely speak out of turn sometimes to people.
Oh, she did, yes, that's very true.
And I feel I'm trying to move my back here. I get the sense that I get back problems in her life, bone and back problems through her life she's given me here. I don't know if she had arthritis.
Well, she probably did, Craig, but she suffered a lot with the nerves. She was a very nervous person.
Yeah. But because of that nerves, that's why she was quite confrontational sometimes with people.
She was, very much so.
And she often said things, she's telling me, that she regretted, even towards the very end of her life. Even when it's coming time to pass over to spirit, she's still a bit abrupt with people, you know.
Oh, she was, with me, yes, very much so, she was.
Right on her deathbed, I got to feel, she's given me the feeling that she was, a little bit outspoken and said things she shouldn't have said.
Oh, she did, yes.
And it would have upset you through your life, because those things you'd have remembered, but you understood what your mum was like really as
Oh,
well.
I do, Craig. Yes,
you know.
I do.
So it didn't destroy you, but she's saying sorry for being so abrupt at the end, right? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because you were
Sure.
trying to be nice to her, and she was telling everybody off. And frankly, I think the hospital staff or whoever was nursing her were completely fed up to the back teeth with her.
Well, I mean, I was, Craig, because she took my life off me. I mean, she ruined my life completely.
Right. So she's trying to get. That's why I think she's trying to give me a sort of a sense of some regret. She'd never admit she's wrong.
She
Even
never
now,
did, Craig. That's
even
very
now,
true.
I
She
get the
never
feeling
did.
that she can't admit she's wrong.
Well, she never could.
But at the same time, deep down, she knows she's wrong, and she's
Oh, she did,
in
but
her
she
own
never
kind of
admitted it.
in her own kind of difficult way. She's trying to say she's trying to give a sort of sense of sorry, as if she's saying sorry without saying it. And that's kind of what she would have been like in life. Very proud lady, your mum, very
She
proud.
was. She was very.
And it destroyed her really, and destroyed everybody around her because of that pride.
She couldn't swallow it, Craig. That was the only
No,
thing that she
yeah.
could ever
And
do.
she had got a lot of talent in herself. A lot of good. She was good with words. She was, she was a strong lady in many respects. If she just used it in a different way, I think you would have found that she would have been a much more. She could have achieved much more in life, right?
I think she could, Craig. If she could have swallowed her pride and used a
She'd
bit
have
of
been all right.
faith,
Yeah.
it would have been better, Craig, because she couldn't even make peace with her own son because
No, she was
she could
difficult.
have
So
done,
and
but
so.
she never did.
Yeah, but she's There was there a youngish man that went over? I'm not talking about a boy or anything. I'm talking someone that would have been close to you. A man that went over to Spirit that you would have had a relationship with.
Oh yes, Craig. Yes, I know what you're talking about.
And I don't think you were married to him. But
Well, I
but you
wasn't
were
married
close-
to him,
close.
Craig, but I knew him very well.
you weren't married to him, but you were close
No,
to
but
him.
I know what you're going to say.
Yeah. Okay. So let's say you had you were a partner in a way, in a sort
Of
of
course
way.
I was, yeah.
Yeah. And was he married? Can I say?
Well, no, he wasn't, but I was very fond of him, Craig. He might have been. He might have been. I mean, I don't know all the details, but he
Okay.
could have been.
But he went out. He didn't tell. Obviously, didn't tell you the whole part of his life.
Oh, no, he didn't,
A bit
Craig. No, that's
secretive
very
in some
true.
respect, because I get the sense of a secretive-ish man, but also a very interesting person. And someone that a romantic. I get with him sometimes here too,
Yeah,
and
I can understand that.
and he tells me he died very. He died quickly too. He was pulled out of life very fast. He says to me.
It was, Craig. Yeah, that's very true. Yes, it
This
was.
isn't like suicides or anything. This is something like an accident or something like that. Because
Well, I'd go for the
God,
suicide part, Craig. I would, because it was a suicidal person.
he had a suicidal element. So maybe
Yeah,
this is what I
yeah.
was trying to get earlier on. Then the guy said about the suicidal. And
Yeah.
this is the man, and you've connected with him now. So this is not the one you were thinking it was with your mother, but I feel he's closer to you. It's a lot
Yeah.
of question marks over his death. I feel inquests and things like that going on. They weren't sure. And did he have a habit of whistling a lot? Says
Well,
that.
he had a habit of doing. He had a habit of drinking a lot, Craig. If that's.
Oh, well,
if that's-
don't leave me too much. But I've got whistling and singing to myself. So that could relate to someone that likes to have a bit of a drink.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
And I get a sense with him, to be honest, that he could have a bit of a mixed personality too with this. He's not always a happy drinker. And I think he can be a bit of a hard person sometimes too. And again, it's a bit like the message I gave you from your mum. I felt he died with a lot of regrets.
You probably yes, I probably did, Craig. Yeah,
Because
that would.
you
That
know,
would.
because he didn't say what was on his mind. He never was up front with people. Your mum was up front to the point that it would get too much. He was a bit secretive. He didn't say
was.
what he should have said to people.
Was.
Right? Sorry?
Yes, he was,
Yeah,
Craig.
he was.
Yes,
Okay.
that's true.
And I just feel with him, there's a sense that he wants to sort of kind of apologise for his ways. You're getting a lot of apologies tonight from the spirit world, Anne.
Yeah, I certainly am. Yeah,
Because I feel that they misjudged you.
they
Because
did. Yes,
I'm being told you've done a lot of work where you've helped other people, and in particularly in a healing capacity.
yes, I have. Yes.
And have you worked in the medical profession for a while too?
No, I haven't, Craig. No, but I looked after my dad,
Okay,
and I gave him a lot of support.
so you were like a full-on carer for him, almost
Well,
medical.
yes, my dad.
Yeah,
Yes, but he
yeah,
died.
yeah. And your
Okay.
dad was a completely different kettle of fish to your mum.
He was completely. My dad
I
was.
got the sense with him as a man that is very gentle, very kind. I've got, I mean, you've indicated that you nursed him, but I get the feeling that he had some really rotten conditions that that depleted him over quite a few years.
Yeah,
And-
he did. Yeah,
And I get the sense with him he was a very brave man.
we was very brave, Craig.
Not just
very.
with illness, but I feel looking back into his youth, looking back into his past, I feel a very brave man, who, I don't know if he did good things in the war or something like that, but
He
I
did.
get,
Yes,
you
he
know,
did.
I feel I've got the medals,
He
right,
did. Yes, he got medals. Yes, that's
Yeah.
very true.
for bravery.
He did.
So not the usual medals. These are proper bravery medals, not the sort of ones that, just
Okay.
being there sort of medals. These are the real ones, he's saying to me. And he was an intelligent man, but at the end he couldn't. His mind was going a lot. He said he couldn't keep his focus on his concentration a lot. So he's
Yeah,
showing himself
very
here
true.
now with a fully bright mind again. He used to read a lot when he was younger. He knew
We
all the
did.
facts and figures. He could always he'd correct you all the time with your speech. Bit of annoying habit, but clever man I sense with him. And
Very.
and he's talking about, I don't know if somebody around you, I don't think it's yourself, but I got a feeling someone close to you is learning to be a teacher.
Well, my brother did. Yeah, my brother what?
Okay.
My brother.
All right.
My brother did. Yeah.
Okay, and he's saying your brother kept at it with the teaching too, didn't he? Is that right?
He did for a while, Craig. Yeah.
And he loved the teaching more than anything, but then he married, I think, and had
He
to
did,
move
yeah,
away,
he
and
did,
after he
yeah.
married he stopped teaching.
He did. That's very true.
And then he went into a sort of a business type
He
thing
did. Yes, he
that
did.
really
That's
he
true.
really didn't like, because although he was a clever bloke, I'm being told that it wasn't his calling.
No, it wasn't
Right.
not really, but he's in it.
Yeah. So he's saying it's important in life to follow your calling, and I think he's trying to say to me that you must do the same. Follow.
Yeah, well, Craig, that's very true.
At the moment, you're at a bit of a crossroads in your life, he says. You're
Yeah.
not quite sure what you want to do with your life. And he's not going to really tell you. He's going to say, follow your heart. Follow what really grabs you, Follow what is in your heart, right?
That's very true.
Okay, Anne, so I'm going to leave you there and do another link for somebody
Fine, Craig.
now.
Thank you very much for that. That
Okay.
was lovely.
Okay, but he's there and he's
Thank you.
round you. And have you just painted the walls?
I have, yes.
Okay, he's just said you just painted the walls. And to be honest, you've made a bit of a bodge up job of it, because he is a bit critical and was good at that.
That's very true. But we've
Right,
got-
because the paint's all over the door handles and all over the windows. So there's to be more work correcting it.
That's very true.
But your dad's good at that sort of thing, All right. So anyway, take his love and know he's there, and
I
he's very
will,
much around.
Craig. Thank you very much for that.
Oh,
That's lovely.
happy birthday to June. Not in June, to June. Does that mean anything to you?
Right, to me, Craig, yeah.
To June. Happy birthday, June. What is it your birthday or something?
Well, it might be one of his girls' birthdays in June, yeah. It could
Okay,
be
all right. All right, anyway, take his love, okay?
Craig, yeah, lovely. Thank you.
Okay, I'm going to try from Monia. Is that how you pronounce your name? There? Hello? Monia? No, I can't.
Yeah. Hello.
all right.
I am having little bad connection.
Oh, you got a difficult connection. All right, we'll try our best, Monia. All right. Are the connections with you with South America? Hello?
Yes, hello. I
Hello.
can hear you. You cannot understand. The connection is bad.
The connection is bad. All right.
I
It's a
don't know what is with the voice. I took headphone to hear better, but it's
all right.
some words.
It's
Can
not.
you say again?
All right. Let me just see what I can pick with you. Hang on. I'll try to keep it as simple as possible for you. Hold on. Have you been involved in artistic work, like painting and things like that?
No, I don't think so.
So, was there a gentleman then on the spirit side, youngish man, that had a lot of good ability at painting?
Maybe my brother.
Maybe what?
Maybe my brother.
Okay. He's still living.
No.
He's in spirit. Okay. Did he... Could I say he was a very emotional person?
It's difficult to say because he was died. If it is my brother in the 8 years old, he has.
Okay. Was he quite an emotional person?
Maybe yes, maybe yes. He played a lot of music.
Okay. And because in the spirit they would grow, you know, they wouldn't remain a child, so he'd be able to communicate to me from the spirit, not just as a child. It's a bit difficult without being able to get the flow here. I'm trying to find someone to get the communicator. If I go to your mother's side of the, I think I'm on the grandmother link now. On your mother's side of the family here, your grandmother on your mother's side, would she be in spirit, please?
My grandmother, she's alive.
Okay.
My mother also alive.
All right. Has she got a deafness problem?
Which problem?
Hearing.
Hearing.
Yeah.
About herself or others?
For herself.
Yes, she has stroke.
She had a stroke she
Yes.
can't hear. Can't hear.
She has problem with see from one side and here also.
Okay. Someone's talking about it. I don't know who's given me this information. And
Yeah, she's painting also.
she does the painting as well. All right. Okay.
And
I think I'm getting the
her-
information connected. And she's been quite poor, not very well recently too. It's been very recently. There's been some problems.
Yes, she has a lot of problems.
Okay, and I want to say I'm just seeing her as a lady that is quite a fighter. You know, she doesn't give in no matter how hard it gets.
Exactly. Exactly.
And all through her life, I feel she's a lady that's worked physically very hard. She's had to actually physically use a lot of her body all the time in life. She's a lady that would lift things and carry things when she was younger, before this happened. Very
Yes.
hard work, very hard physical work she's done in her life. And
Yeah, work, but not professional work. It's like homework.
yes, at home, but
Yeah.
you know, I feel putting a whole physical form into the work she does. That's why, in some respects, I feel that her heart has had the problems, because she's been overstressing herself sometimes. I'm not sure who's giving it to me. There's somebody that's very close to her. It's a gentleman very close to her. I don't know if your grandfather's in spirit. That's the type of person I think would be giving me this information. But someone male close to her is telling me that they, in spirit, they are trying to ease her pain. And I feel with her that she's... I think you're going to find that she's going to improve a bit over the coming months. They're telling me that she never get 100% because there's a lot happened. You know, I don't think that hearing can recover, and I feel that she's having to get bed rest a lot. But they're telling me that because she's a strong lady, because she's a fighter. My sense is that she's going to keep going a bit longer yet, all right? And they say that they're
Yes,
have they had to
yes.
sell her house to cover for medical help?
Varsel fra kalender, settenheter til lading.
Do you understand that?
Yes, she has also always in the porch.
She has to sell her house. I'm saying she sold her house.
Yes, she has. She's searching medical help, and
Okay. It's a bad connection, but I want to say that was the right decision. You had to do that. There was no choice about it. And she's going to be well cared for, and I feel that they're looking for her, and I feel that she's very her mind is very open to the idea of the spirit world. Her mind is very open to dreams. She's quite an intuitive lady. She has good intuition, and I feel that you've been doing some good work for her, and I can feel like gratitude from the spirit side that you're helping her so much. Okay, and I'm going to leave it there with you because I find this an extremely difficult
Yes,
connection
sure,
for you.
sure.
So it's a bit difficult with the lag, but I hope there's been some evidence there that will help you a little bit. You okay? All right. So they're bringing their love. I think I don't know if your granddad's there, her husband's there, or it's her father, but there's somebody there that's really
Yes.
sending a lot of love out to her. All right. And love cures all. That's what I'm being told. So, don't give up hope. Don't give up your faith. Keep with her. She's still got a lot of fight left in her. Okay? All right, I'll do one more link now for somebody.
yeah.
All right. Okay, good. Glad we got through. Okay.
Thank you.
Difficult when the line's a bit difficult, but Skype is, we found, not the easiest way to communicate sometimes, Right. I'm going to go to Annie B, actually. Can you hear me, Annie?
Can, yes.
Okay.
Hello.
Yeah. So if you keep your voice connection with me, it helps me, and it also helps the Skype connection too between us. Okay. I don't know. The first thing I get, I don't know who's with me yet, but I get the sense around you that there's been a lot of financial issues you've had to deal with recently, and I don't know if there's something big happening, like the sale of a house or something coming up.
No.
That's not with you.
No.
I'm getting something about a house and a house sale. It's not with you, Irvin, is it?
Financial issues, partly true. Selling a house, no, because I rent my place.
And they rent your place. Okay, I just sensed a house sale. There's something strong about a house sale. Okay, all right. I'll come back to Annie. Sorry, let's see where I am, Annie. I find sometimes I'm hoping soon to move this onto YouTube. They're supposed to be bringing out a new system, which hopefully will be a better stream than we get with Skype, and less of the difficulties with communicating. And actually, I think. Well, you, Annie, are you an animal lover? Okay, because I'm getting the sense that there's somebody in the spirit too that would have loved animals just like you do. Would have had quite a collection, not just your cats and dogs, but I feel you go for the whole lot. Right since you've been a child, I just feel I want to fill your world with animals, right,
Yes.
big and small. I don't know, even maybe horses in farther back or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because there's a lady telling me about this. Now, I feel she's close to you, so I feel she's family link with you. I think I'm looking to mother's side. Is your mum in spirit?
No.
Because the lady, I don't know who the lady is communicating with us yet, but I want to say that she had a mutual love of animals. So I don't know if you can connect with that, but she's talking about your love of animals at the moment.
Okay.
And she's this lady would have been good cook. I feel she would have been a big build. I feel that she when she was a younger woman, I feel that she may have done something like worked in the services or something in a not military or one of the services of some sort. There's something where she did her bit or something.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you know what I'm talking about now?
I think so, yes.
Right. Because there's this. I don't know if it's Army or Air Force or something like that, but she's done her bit. She says. Right.
She has.
Okay. But she. Okay. So we know who you know who we're with. I haven't connected her relationship to you, but yeah, I can't hear that. But she's just telling me you've been chucking animals into the spirit world, and she's been picking them up. She says because there's a number have gone over quite recently. I feel.
Yes.
And I'm not because there's a lot here. I'm not quite sure because my mind. I don't want my mind to fill in. I think she's trying to show me a cat that had gone over not long ago.
No.
Or is there some animal with a name that sounds a bit like, she's playing me the music Pinky and Perky. So is there a name of an animal that sounds like Pinky or Perky or Peaky or something like that?
No.
Peaky?
No, it's Charlie.
Charlie? No, I'm off with that with the name then. But she's but she wants you to know that she's been picking them up and looking after them for you until your turn comes over to go over and look at her head.
Yeah.
And you haven't also recently been thinking about buying. I know it's because you've lost an animal recently, but you haven't been thinking about buying a new one.
We have one, yes.
Right. So it's in the home at the moment. It's a little baby animal, right? And I don't know if I think am I talking about a puppy here?
No, she's a big girl.
Okay, all right. You've got a new one, a new animal in the house. Okay, now she's just made me aware of that, and says there's another animal that's going to bring you a lot of joy, right? Yeah. And I would presume from what I'm guessing, but I've got my brain. So is that a rescue animal?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. My mind has said that. I've logically concluded that. She's not told me. My connection's getting a little bit faint now, to be honest.
Okay.
But she's just given the thumbs up to it. It's a good idea, right? Even the difficult ones often become the most loyal ones, she says to me, right?
Yeah.
And I don't know if somebody's away at the moment camping, because she's showing me tents.
Ooh. Oh, I don't know.
I see a group of kids camping.
Oh. Not that I know of.
Okay, all right, but perhaps you'll understand it afterwards, because I get she's talking about camps and camp. Was that something she was interested in?
I don't know.
Because she shows me tents, and actually I think I'm seeing something like Boy Scouts and things. Was there someone in the family that did all that?
Yes, she would have done that.
Okay, so it's her, like, because they've got the Boy Scout type things. That makes sense to you?
Yes.
Oh, that's all right. That's why I'm getting it, you see. So I understand it now. Okay, I've got. It's a bit like a crackly Skype connection with them as well. I get bits of it, and then I pass on those bits to you. So she's laughing because you got it. Good. Okay, because she's talking about having tremendous fun with all that, right? Tremendous fun. It's not hard work. It's tremendous fun. She says.
Yeah.
And she says that they're some of them are fondest days you ever can remember. And she's saying sometimes when we look back, we have happy memories and we have sad memories. But reinforce the happy memories, she says, and forget about the bad ones. All right? So she brings that as a happy memory, because if you think about the happy things in the past, it makes you feel better. Right? So although you look very cheery in yourself, I get the sense from her that you've had a few times when you felt a bit low in the world,
Yes.
And I think you've been through a little bit of a period like that recently, and I think that's why she's saying, look for the happy things. The new dog coming into your life is a happy thing. Losing the other ones is a sad thing, but we don't forget them, but we don't dwell on it. And she says that's a little bit. She wants to put that to you as a way that for the past, you tend to have a little bit of tendency to dwell on the past, dwell on the good, forget the rest. All right.
Okay.
That's her advice, and try to think about that because it would help your state of mind. And is it her birthday soon? She points to herself and says, the anniversary of some sort round now.
No, no, no. She's same time as me back in June.
All right. Okay. All right. All right. I got something about birthdays. I don't know what it is. Perhaps there's something else.
We've got about
fine.
6 in September.
Oh, have you? Well, so that won't. That was well. Okay. So I wouldn't know who that was. All right. Obviously, there's birthdays around. Perhaps that's what she's just saying. You know. And I'm beginning to tire now, so I'm going to have to finish, I think, here. But I just want to pass her love on to you. Let her know that she's there, and she brings all the animals. Like I said, there's the horses, not from recent times. I think they're further back.
They are, yes.
And there must have been, I think there's a group of horses she's given me here. There's a field with 4 at least in it.
Yes.
Right? And there was one that had, I don't know, are they called Paladino or something?
Palomino.
Palominos. Did you have a Palomino? She's talking
did.
about, and that was your favourite.
It was one of them, yes.
Yeah, and I'm being told, was it a champ or something?
Well, it was in my eyes.
Yeah, okay, because she's just said that to me. But they all survive because when an animal's been loved, it takes on self-consciousness, and when a thing takes on self-consciousness, being aware of oneself, being aware of being loved, it continues in the spirit world. So your love of animals has actually created many new souls, you know. So that's how she's put it there. Okay, so let me pass her love on to you, and I'm going to have to finish there now.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Thank
Well,
you.
thanks, folks. I'm going to have to finish there. I'm sure I couldn't do everybody, but all the fuss at the beginning trying to get Skype working makes life a little bit difficult. But hopefully, as we do these more in the future, they'll smooth out.
Thank you, Craig. Really enjoyed that.
Thank you.
Me too.
And
It
you're
was
all welcome
great,
to come
thank you.
again, of course. You know, anybody
Yep.
watching this too is welcome to find me on my website at psychics.co.uk, and you can come and join.
Right.
And hopefully, we can start to build it and sort of do like a theatre group with 50 odd people.
Wonderful.
That'll get complicated.
Craig, what's the limit on here of the amount of people you can get?
I think I can record up to 10, but I think Skype will take about 20.
Okay.
I think they're going to. There used to be a thing called Google Hangouts that they stopped this week, you know, which is great because I thought, oh, Google Hangouts, that's the way we can do this. But I think they're bringing something new on YouTube, so you know, keep an eye because I might suddenly switch to YouTube. I've opened a live YouTube channel, but I'm not quite sure how to use it yet, and if we can interact in this way. So if any of you know anything technical about these type of things or spot anything where we could do this, oh, you know, pal, do you?
Quite a bit. Yes.
Oh, do you really?
Yes, a little bit, sort of, yes.
Oh, a little bit's enough. I know nothing. It would be quite handy, you know, because we can make a smoother sort of opportunity to connect with people, really.
Well, a good tip to reduce background noise is use headphones.
Oh, right.
Because we get the feedback from people getting the sound through their speakers, and their own mic is picking it up. So that's what creates the.
But the headphones won't stop the mic picking up the sound, background sound, would it?
If you use headphones, the sound won't come out of the speakers.
Well, I just turn it on and off the mic.
Okay.
Me
all
too.
right.
Me too.
Yeah.
And
That's
camera
true.
also. Then I dropped out my
And of course, we're not going to always have people that have. Yeah, but you mean from my point of view, if I wear headphones,
Just
it'll be
you,
easier.
Craig. Just you.
Okay, all right.
Perhaps just an earpiece.
I don't think I've got a headphone jack on this actually because I used it. I unwired it round for something else and had to put another CD in. But I see. Yeah. Good thought though. I'll have a look into
Teams is
that.
better than Skype.
I don't know. Might be. I'm hoping.
I guess we'll find out, huh?
Yeah. And it streams live, so other people can watch. If they can't join in, they can at least watch it. You
It's
see.
wonderful. Okay.
So it'd be like, you know, you just click the play button on YouTube, and people can just watch the stream, so that you know others can watch it. I think that's quite interesting. It makes it a little bit more difficult for me because I'm on my guard, you know.
Craig, are we allowed to invite people along to
Yeah,
this?
sure. Anybody's welcome, and I particularly like people to invite people because then it becomes more friendly. And you know, we haven't had anybody so far that's come in here and you know taken all their clothes off or something. You know, because you get.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, let's start. But we do get that. You do get that sort of thing when I've had my chat rooms. Not that they do that can do that, but troublemakers. So we've always had decent people, thank God. But I'm open. I want to open this so that anybody can watch it if they want to and join in.
Yeah, it's just that I was really impressed with that today, and I know quite a lot of people that would benefit from having a reading from you.
Yeah, sure
that
thing.
are really interested in the paranormal and psychic world.
Great. And also, when anybody has a reading, I'm always grateful if I can have any feedback from people too, because I'd like to also include all these little readings, the best ones anyway, in a little book. I can do the readings would be quite interesting, particularly if there's feedback. Yeah, which some of you have done because you've been on before with me.
And a good tip to everyone is put your status to don't disturb
Okay.
while you started the conversation, because then
Can I do that on mine without not
Yes.
cutting you all out then?
yes, you actually can. You can
How-
put, if you
How to do that?
click your own photo in the corner
Yeah.
and you put yourself to don't disturb, because then other conversations don't come in and start in new windows.
Yeah, that's what I've been having.
Yes, I think a lot of us have.
Yeah, and I don't know if you can hear it when mine goes off. I expect you can hear it ringing, can't you? Because I'm hearing it.
Yes,
Mobile.
and of course it disturbs you a little bit as well.
Yeah, I can't see Don't Disturb, but I'll have a good look around for that later on and see if I can find it. Yeah. Yeah, that would be good, because I had 4 or 5 people trying to ring, and of course I don't mind them coming online with us, but the problem is if it's past 7 o'clock I can't let people in late, otherwise we have to stop everything, and from my point of view, keeping in the flow of it's very difficult.
It's
you know.